Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today. We're actually going to be using a new product. I'm trying out something I've never had before. This is the Prima Paintables. I have the 11 by 14, which has the 6 pictures, and the one we're going to be coloring today is actually going to be from the 8 by 10 pack. And these are paintables, like I said. You can use color pencils, watercolor. There's a lot of different ones you can use. But today, I'm actually going to use the Prima oil pastels. So that way, with the water brush, you can usually control the water a little bit better. So that way, you don't make the paper warp. Alright, so what I did is I put down a yellow and like a gold orange, and we're going to use that for coloring in the flower. And you can see I sped this up to be like 4 times the normal speed, so that way, you know, this will go by a little bit faster. But the main thing I want to show you on here is just all I'm doing is coloring in the most forefront photo, which is the flowers, because what I want is for everything that's in the background to sort of fade towards the back and have the flowers pop. So I just keep laying down yellow and filling in the color for each of the petals. And that's what, you know, with the yellow, the main goal is just to get the initial color down. And then I'm going to take the gold, more orange color to use, thankfully, the lines that the artist has put into the actual drawing. And what I'm doing is I'm taking that orange color and putting it in shaded areas where the petals meet to give it a little bit of dimension to help, you know, add character to what I'm drawing on top of. And all I do right over on the side, what I'm using there is that white piece of paper I use that's been laminated. So I'm just rubbing down the color and then adding on my shadows. And it is just, it's a thicker paper than just regular lightweight cardstock, but it can still warp a little with adding of the water. Okay, and we just use some brown on the center of the flower. So I took a break, or went off camera for a little while and colored in most of the leaves, because I saw that this was going to take a little bit longer than having you go through that entire section, excuse me, with me. I did most of it off camera. But what I do is I take a brighter green, and then I have this darker, it's almost like a blue green, but I used it for my shadows again. So one color for your base, and then another just slightly darker color for any of your shadows. Okay, so we're gonna do this other flower with the yellow real quick, and I zoomed in because I want you to be able to see how I do the darker, the shadow parts. So I figured if we zoomed in here, you'd get a better view of that. So we're just adding color to this final panel. And then I'm going to get the gold, the orange, the center brown, excuse me. And then we're going to do the shading. And you can see here, so like all those lines that are coming out from the center, the back end of the flower where there would be a little bit more shadow, the petal that's being covered by the one in front. So all in the drawing you can see where stuff is darkened, or there's, you know, it looks like it's been sketched in a little bit darker. And that's where you want to add your highlight color so that it makes all of that pop up from the page. Now for this flower I decided to make it red for the bud, and that one was just a simple color in. And then I decided this one over here, I wanted to make it red as well. Because even though that red is a very bright color, I feel like it makes that yellow pop more somehow. And so I just did that one, made it simple with the reds. And then I realized when I did the red, some of my greens weren't popping. So I grabbed the green crayon and I just darkened a few pieces just so that they would pop a little bit more. And now we're going to zoom out some because I want you to see everything completed. So there's the far away glance at it. See how it's popping off the page like that? I love these printables. If you can get a hold of them, definitely do so. They're very relaxing as you color, and if you get, I believe they have them in 4x6, which would be a great size for card making. So just keep that in mind. Thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see you next week at our next technique video.